I also want to let you guys know about Anna's shirt. It's not really shown on the camera right now. Let's see it.
Can you read it right? Because like when I look at it, it's like backwards.
Yes. No, it's good. It's good on the camera.
That's great. So James got me this shirt. He insists I wear it.
No, I would insist that you wear it.
Yeah.
What? I got her it.
He got this for me. I was like, James, like, I want you to give me like presents. Like, give me a present. And then he's like, I have something for you.
All right. So for a third time, we have Anna Bright on the podcast. Definitely so far my favorite guest. The people in the comments have been begging for me to bring Anna back, and I did it. So thank you for coming on.
You're welcome. Thanks to everyone for advocating for me as well.
It was needed. It was needed because I've got, pushback from the Selkirk guys. They're like, guys, the third time you're bringing Anna on. And that's what I do. I fight for my girl. That's the type of guy that I am. So we're coming off our first PPA gold medal in Red Rock. Annalie and Ben, they weren't there. So there's a little bit of an asterisk, but we got the gold, and we're coming off of a gold and a silver in Austin. So we're proving to be kind of a juggernaut team together. How do you feel about our mixed performance? We're not going to talk about men's doubles, guys. We don't need to see. Who cares about men's doubles? If anybody saw the men's doubles semifinals in Red Rock, just forget about it. Men's doubles, who cares? Mixed is what matters. Tell me about it.
Feel good. I feel like we're playing really well together. Not really a surprise, in choosing to play with each other, which James initiated. James doesn't get enough credit. Because everyone's like, Anna's so smart, like Anna. It's like Jimmy's decently confident too.
I initiated it, yeah.
Expected good results, getting fifth in the first tournament we played together in Daytona was a little disappointing. We had good wins, but so I feel like, yeah, there's no reason we shouldn't be the number 2 team soon and, keep pushing Ben and AL. I think we have the tools to beat them.
I think so too. And I want to clarify before this podcast continues. The last podcast I did was with Brendan Long, absolute stud. And a couple people messaged me. They said, why aren't you giving Brendan and Tyson any credit? You just said to not watch the semifinals. And that's what I've been saying. I said it on this podcast and before, like, just don't watch it. I don't want anybody to watch it, but I will say Tyson and Brendan played very well. I played poorly. Me and Riley, Riley played pretty well. I just wasn't ready. My soft game needs a little more seasoning. Red Rock, the balls were a little hard. They were moving fast. It was late at night and just switched to the 002, a little more pop. I had a tough time getting to the kitchen. I thought once I got up there, I was good, but Brendan and Tyson played well. Bottom line, I want to give them credit where credit is due, and the finals was absolutely epic. If you have time, watch that match. That was one of the best men's doubles finals, if not the best men's doubles final of the year. Gotta be, right? What am I saying? And that was awesome. So check it out. Tyson and Brendan fought their butts off. And credit where credit was due there. That was awesome. So
Paul was hard and Brendan's long.
Brendan is a beast, and he's long. He's longer than you expect. And it's funny. It's messed up because Tyson's not getting any credit. It seems like everybody's like, oh, Brendan Long is he must be some sort of stud, but Tyson, in my opinion, was especially in the finals, was the real reason that they won that final. He was steady, solid throughout, and it hurt to watch because I wish I was there, but he played very, very well. So we've got Newport Beach this upcoming weekend. My favorite place in the world. I've said this many times. I love Newport Beach. The weather is amazing. The atmosphere is awesome. The area is awesome. There's a Whole Foods. There's a Starbucks within like half a mile from the venue. That's huge for my purposes. And what do you think? What are your expectations, thoughts, feelings going into Newport Beach?
Mixed, pretty excited. Annalie's not here. Ben, you said, is playing with Andrea, which is a team that is still scary, but less scary than Ben and Annalie. And Catherine's also not playing, so it's a little softer without those two women. So mixed, I think we've got a good shot. It's hard to, we could have a down week. It's hard to always play well, but feeling good about it. Gender, I mean, Ben and Colin, heavy favorites in men's. I feel like women's is always pretty open, honestly, without Annalie there and without Catherine there as well. I feel like a lot of parity in the women's field. So didn't really know what to expect. Excited to play with Andrea. I think I'll mostly be on the right, which I'm kind of excited about. I actually really like playing on the right. And yeah, we'll see. It'll be a fun event.
Yeah, I think it's going to be great. There is new partnerships and there's also no singles, which is I'm a fan of. I am a guy who I love the idea of singles, and then I start playing singles, and about one game in, I start to like the idea of singles a little bit less every game that goes by. It's just not, it's just tough. It's taxing on the body, and if you're soft like me, it takes a toll on you. But I'm going to be playing singles in Charlotte and maybe Atlanta. So I'm going to be coming back into the singles game, but not in Newport Beach. And there's some interesting partnerships in Newport Beach. So Riley is playing with Elise Jones, who is, in my opinion, vastly underrated as a mixed player. She's really tough to play, great dinker, fast hands, light hands, but fast. And she's tough, great defense. So what are your thoughts on that team?
Um, Elise, I feel like you just blow up Elise every time. So
I've lost to her once.
I think everything you just said is correct, 100%. I think she's very underrated in women's as well. I don't think she gets enough credit. Her and Leia have actually medaled the most out of any team. And I think people just kind of ignore that or continue to underrate that team. But any team with Riley on it is scary. Elise is very good dinker, very tough. But I feel like you are a good fit in front of her. Good off the bounce. She likes to redirect her dink line. No one can really lob us, which is huge. I told Susanna and some people that I think a big thing that saved us against Susanna and Zane was just that Susanna couldn't lob, because even though we can't read it, it's like, with your vertical,
I've got bounce.
You've got bounce. And I handled one of them. I did a little weird scoop shot. So I think that kind of negates some of her weapons. But yeah, tons of good teams. It's a pretty even field, I think.
Tyson is playing with Lacey and not Catherine, which I'm happy about because Catherine is a beast and so is Tyson. Tyson's an underrated mixed player. Obviously, there is people say, he doesn't have the fastest hands or the heaviest hands, but it is tough to finish a point against him and Catherine. Tyson's so solid. Catherine is so solid. They're smart, great in transition. I mean, that was a tough team, Tyson and Catherine, but with Lacey, I'm a little less scared of them, but it's not a bad team. I mean, Lacey is still a beast. And any team with Tyson on it, the serve, the drive, that's tough too. So what are your thoughts on
The fences are
that?
tight at Newport. That would be something I don't like about the facility.
That's true. And that's going to be it. Well, now that I'm serving big, that could be good for me. Thank you to Tyson. I've been giving Tyson all the credit in the world this podcast. Thank you to Tyson. I serve big now, guys. I was pushing my serve in softer than Anna, and Anna is known to just push it in. She does it for fun almost. And I was like barely even hitting the serve, and playing with Tyson, I was like, okay, I can't have him be serving twice as fast as me. Like, it's just not right. I have to at least keep up. He was telling me to. And so that's been big for my game, particularly my mixed game. So yeah, that's going to be good. And Tyra, my somewhat of a student of mine, Hurricane Tyra Black. I worked with her a little bit. She's gotten really good. I'll take some credit as a coach. She's moved on from Greg Dow, and she's playing with Rob Cassidy.
Thank God.
Thank God.
I just had to throw that in at Greg because he's gonna watch.
Greg is, Greg's he loves the game. Uh, he loves the game. He's a great guy. First time I met Greg, it was interesting. I didn't actually speak a lot to Greg because I think the first time I met him, I think we locked eyes while he was eating a banana or something, and then I look back over 10 seconds later, he's still looking at me, and I was like, okay, and I didn't even speak to. I was like, this is I don't know this guy. We went like 2 months without speaking, but next thing you know, turns out he's a good guy. He's a nice guy, but his mixed game is another story. Her and Rob Cassidy.
Greg doesn't play mixed. Greg doesn't believe in mixed. He doesn't like playing with women.
No, women aren't his thing, I don't think.
Yeah.
Uh,
He
okay.
just likes playing with men.
Well, this is something that we should talk about on the podcast because one thing that me and you are good at as a team is that we can both play on both sides in mixed. And traditionally, the guy usually plays on the left side. I don't know what you're laughing about.
You're just trying to continue as if this last bit just gets cut out.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know if the
I
Dow
think you
bit.
should leave it in.
We'll
Okay,
see.
sorry.
We'll see. So that's a big thing, being able to play both sides in mix. Riley does it the best. I do it pretty well. You do it very well. What are your thoughts on that for people watching at home? Especially, I mean, I've done a lot of, my virtual coaching. See it in my Instagram. I've done a lot of it. And people are saying to me, they're like, as a guy, I only like to play the left in mixed. And I've been telling people it's very important to be able to play on both sides to show different looks, and you can still take the middle with your backhand. So, what are your thoughts on having that ability to adapt and play both sides in mixed?
Yeah, I think it's really important and it might become increasingly important, but I mean we can do it, but it's not like we've ever really done it. Like we've done it for a couple points against Tyson and Catherine when we were struggling, and then like sometimes when I can't unwind, like returning Ben and Deckel serve, that's really all we've done it. So I still don't think it's like a formation that we as a team are too comfortable in. Or we just haven't done it in tournaments, but I think it's really important because sometimes you're just stuck, and your two-hander is so good, and that's the thing you and Riley share, and I think that's pretty important in order for the man to be on the right. Like with Jesse and AJ, I think we won like if we didn't win 90%, it was like over 80, and we should have won pretty much every single point when Jesse didn't unwind with AJ on the right, just because he doesn't have a strong like backhand off the bounce, like pretty much none. And he could get a lot better, but he just really has no idea what he's doing. I think Jay plays the right pretty well in mixed. It just kind of it just gives a different look. The speed up is different, and then the woman can slide. Like I can slide and just look to hit forehands, and then you can crowd the middle. So yeah, it's really important. And I think as more men come in with good attacks off the bounce on the backhand, we'll probably see it a little more. It's like a totally different game when the man is on the right. It's different when it's a lefty, but when it's a righty, yeah. So
I think so too. I mean, that's one thing that I was telling my virtual coaching students out there
don't give
is,
away all your secrets. This is how you pay for my food.
well, that's also, yeah, that's a big, no, not true, guys. She pays for all my food. But anyways, a big part of the whole playing the right thing in mixed as a man is it's very important to have a two-handed backhand. Or at least a potent backhand flick, something out of the air, some sort of way that you can attack with your backhand, because your backhand's going to be in the middle. And it's tough. If you can't generate any offense off of the backhand side, then maybe it's not a good idea to play the right and mixed. But I think you should figure it out because that's where the game's trending, right? If you see these tennis players coming in, all of us have two-handed backhands for the most part. And it's
Few notable exceptions come to mind.
a couple, but mostly the good players from tennis that are transitioning to pickleball, like two-handed backhand is a natural thing. And it's easy for me to do, and it is something that kind of just translates well. So being able to do that, very important. And same thing can be said for women. If you can play the left in mixed, that's important too. If you're ever going to play with a lefty, it matters. So I think that's one of the coolest things about mixed is that there's so many different strategies and different ways of playing. And pickleball is an unsolved game, right? We don't know what the best ways of playing are. Tennis, we know. It's old. All these other sports are old. Pickleball's new. We don't know. I just look at what Ben Johns does and try to copy him because I think he knows better than me.
Yeah, you're always watching Ben.
I watch him a lot. Yeah, I do. I do. I know. And I gets a little jealous. I watch him
Hmm.
a little too much. But anyways, um I posted on Twitter yesterday. I'm here to plug my Twitter, guys. Sorry. I posted on Twitter a screenshot of my old journal. So when I started playing pickleball, I was well, the first few months I wasn't, but then I started taking a journal of notes on what I thought I could improve on, my thoughts from the day, how I felt about my game, and I got a lot of action. It's getting a lot of replies of people that are saying, this is really important. It's really funny. The stuff that I said, I was talking about how I saw JW hitting backhands out of the air instead of dinks, and it seemed effective, even though he wasn't hitting it that hard. I didn't know the term backhand flick yet at that point. And I think I had wrote down something about how I watched like a video of Simone Jardim teaching the topspin drop. And I wrote like, it's hard to hit drops with topspin. And that holds true today for me, guys, by the way. But it's important. So you should, if you want to check that out, good laugh. And also maybe consider doing it because it helps me. I still journal twice a day. And I know this is a little weird and it's a little bit not something you might say on a pickleball. But, well, it is. I think journaling is important and it helps you stay on track, especially if you're like me and you just forget everything. If you're like Anna, it's easier. I mean, she's a steel trap, but me, it's not the same. So I just wanted to let you guys know about that. And I also want to let you guys know about Anna's shirt. It's not really shown on the camera right now. Let's see it.
Can you read it right? Because like when I look at it, it's like
Yes.
backwards.
No, it's good. It's good on the camera.
That's great. So James got me this shirt. He insists I wear it.
No, I don't insist that you wear it.
Yeah.
What? I got her it
He
for
got this for me. I was like, James, like, I want you to give me like presents. Like, give me a present. And then he's like, I have something for you.
so I okay, guys. Anyways, I bought her this shirt. I didn't buy her the hat, the James Ignatowich hat that she wears. That's all her mother, Leping. You can find that at picklepeacock.com, by the way. All the merch. Fun fact, I've got a friend. So if you're not familiar with who Anna's mom is, she's from China. She moved here at what age?
26.
26. The English is not great, but she's a fighter. And so, anyways, she has this website, picklepeacock.com, and it's all merch. It's mostly Anna Bright merch, Anna Bright pickleball shirts, James Ignatowich pickleball hat. She made a Daddy's Home, or whatever, Daddy's Home hat. And I've got a friend named Hugo. I've got a couple friends that have ran into this, but particularly my friend named Hugo. And he came from tennis. He's trying to figure out pickleball. He's like a 4 or 5, and he's going around these local courts playing. He called me one day. He said, James, I ran into this small Asian woman who said that she was Anna's mom. And I was like, who's Anna? And she just was saying Anna. And she kept trying to sell me merch. And she was trying to sell me these Anna Bright pickleball shirts. And I was just like, it's okay. I'm good. I'm good. And she just was forcing it on me. James Ignatowich pickleball hat. She was showing me the website. I was just trying to play rec. So if you are in South Florida, watch out. You might get, I don't know if the word is attacked. You're just going to get a cold, you're going to get sold on some Pickle Peacock merch by Anna's mom. She's out there and she is selling. What are your thoughts?
Uh, I don't even know. I don't really have much to say. I think you said it all. She's out there. She's on the hunt. Yeah, there's some new James hats. It's like Daddy's Home, Monkeys Off the Back, Big Papa Jimmy. Those are all on the site now. She's got new designs all the time, all the time. She's always calling, text me about it, and I'm like, this is your thing, Mama. I helped you set it up. This is your thing. But yeah.
Do an impersonation of her.
What should I say?
She's your mom. Sell me merch. Sell me merch.
No, I think you've done enough selling merch
Come
right now.
on.
Anna, Anna, like I don't know.
I can't impersonate. It's got to be you. Whatever. Whatever.
No,
We'll
she'd
get
be
back
like,
to it.
it's just so funny. So she called me like and texted me. She called me and texted me once each. Like we got back Monday. So like Monday night, she calls and texts me once each. The next day, Chanel, who does my social media and like some other people's social media and who my mom has been in contact with a little bit from the site, Chanel calls me and she's like, "Are you in Florida?" I'm like, "Yes, why?" And then she's like, "Your mom has called me a couple times. She's wondering where you are." I'm
What?
like, she says she can't get a hold of you. I'm like, she texted and called me at 10 p.m. last night. And that's it. And then I get on the phone with her. I'm like, "Hi, mommy." She's like, "Anna, where are you? Anna, I can't get hold of you." I'm like, "You called me once." I don't know. That's all I have to say. But yeah, she's a total sweetie, total stud. Got her
She's a
first gold
character.
medal recently, silver with my dad in 3.5. She might be moving up to 4.0. It's all because of the merch.
She is hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. Um, yeah, that's all I have to say about her. She's a character. So, last topic. Have to talk about this one because I think it's important. And I'm known as a guy who plays pickleball more than anybody. At least that's what my image is. Everybody's like, "Oh, he plays pickleball all the time." And that was true a couple months ago. I played 6 hours a day. I was either drilling or playing rec. I was just doing everything I could. And I want the people to know. Let me know in the comments what you think about this decision. Last couple months, I think it's paying off. I have only been playing 2 to 3 hours a day at most. And I've been working out once or sometimes twice a day. I'm spending more time in the gym than on the court, lifting, plyometrics, sprints. I'm just focusing on that, focusing on eating healthy. And playing is some days I won't even play. I'm playing a lot, but I'm not as obsessed about hitting a million dinks anymore. And I think it's paying off because I think that if you play a little less, when you do get out there, you appreciate it a little more and you are maybe more focused because you're saying, okay, this is my only practice of the day. I better be locked in on these dinks with Anna, right? Like, I'm not just here to mess around. So I'm kind of following. I mean, Anna's actually playing more pickleball than me these days, wouldn't you say?
Maybe not this last week, but on average, maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Anna's working out too. What are your thoughts on your workouts?
So I started going to this place nearby. It's called Costa Performance. If anyone's in the South Florida area, I really recommend it. I think James's little sister Ava is going now. They
Oh,
have a
can I
lot of
say one thing? Sorry.
yeah, for sure.
My little sister, so she works with this guy named Cassiano. My little sister was introduced to Cassiano, who's the fitness trainer. Cassiano says to my little sister, I work with a girl who's really good at pickleball. Her name is Anna Lee Bright. And my sister's like, who?
Which one?
Yeah. So anyway, continue.
um, but yeah, they're in here. I go every day pretty much, and do a lot of like very weird, like very specific exercises that are really hard. Yeah, I think it's been good for me so far, like feeling more explosive, feeling quicker on the court. Um, Definitely not working as hard in the gym though as a lot of people are. I honestly don't like it. Um, I don't really like I don't like lifting weights. I don't like working out. I was someone who liked long distance, like slow, like, run 20 miles rather than like do like 10 sprints. But yeah, I've been doing it. I think it's good for me. I think it's important and it just gets me going, something to do early in the day. Uh, I don't really know what else to say, but yeah, if you're in the South Florida area, I'd recommend checking out. They have a lot of like really, really high level tennis players, like Jensen Brooksby goes there. I think Bocek Pospisil used to. Some other woman who's in the top 50 in tennis in the world. I don't remember her name, but a lot of studs. They know what they're doing there.
Yep, it's important. I think that the fitness side of pickleball is going to be very important at the pro level because we're all getting a ton of reps. We're all getting to play a lot now, especially people like us who are professional pickleball players, right? Like that's what we do. We play pickleball. So we're playing enough. And I think if you really want to get better at movement or some, just improving yourself as an athlete, it's important. And I think that's going to be huge for me moving forward. For anybody who didn't think I could even improve anymore as an athlete, I actually can. I know it's crazy to conceptualize that, but I can even get more athletic.
Every single, like every other day, James will be like looking at us, be like, Anna, do my arms look bigger?
No, 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 no. That's
Am
not
I,
true. Cut it.
do I look
No,
strong?
not true. That did not happen. That's
Every other day this happens.
no,
He's like,
no. I'm
Anna,
taking
do
the
I look
creatine.
strong?
I'm on the creatine, guys. I'm the pumps. If you've ever taken creatine, the pumps are a little bigger. I
Look
don't
at
want
my
to get too
veins. I'm
big.
so vascular.
No, no, no. That's what you said about me when I brought attention to it first. Okay, guys. Thanks. See ya. James Ignatowich podcast. Have a good day.